do, 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 not my jingle, not my jingle, not my jingle. It's just a new book blog I found. Hey! Hello lovelies! Swan Creates here, reporting with Swan Creates News. Yeah, so, do you guys remember this book? Yes. So, those of you who followed me a while, I am part of Sonia's Patreon, and in one of the Patreon boxes she sent us this book, and I filled it in a week, I believe, or was it 24 hours? I can't recall. I think it's a week. I think it's a day, because of how skinny it was. So if you want to see that video, it'll be up in the card there or there. Anyhow, so guess what? Okay, so guess what? She sent another one. God, it looks so dark. So I once again tasked myself to fill this sketchbook, but I didn't limit the amount of time that I did, because even though it was fun to try to fill that in 24 hours, which I still count that I did, I wanted to take my time with this one, especially since I was doing it during my break, and it was a lot of fun. And I followed the theme of the box, which is like dark academia, and with how this is, it looked like you're studying something, especially here. Look, you're studying. So I decided to go with that theme about if I'm studying something. And lo and behold, I found a prompt list by Coffee Scribbles, I believe, that was doing like a witch's library or vicious or a witch's cupboard or witch's brew or witch's something with witches and their herbs. And I was thinking, yes, that's what I'm going to do, studying herbs. So it could be like a moonlight type of sketchbook. Yeah, so I completed it over the break, and I'm like, let me just show you guys what I did, because it was so much fun to do. So let's go. Okay, so here's the sketchbook. It's really small, but I did, how much pages? 36 pages in all. Yeah, so this was really fun, and it was way more fun that I didn't put a time limit on it like I did with the first one. So here we go. Here's the first page. This is, the first prompt was Elderberry. So scribble fix, wrong person. So Coffee Scribbles did this where they did like the scientific name and have like properties and stuff from it, and I really like that idea, but I was too lazy to actually like, come up with the information for myself, so I just stole hers. Oh, forgive me, Coffee Scribbles, but it was really fun just to focus on drawing and know that I could get like the information somewhere else. So I'm not publishing mine. This is just for fun, and I'm sharing with you guys in the video. So I hope you guys like. So here we have Elderberry. I also have an idea of like writing out all the 36 pages and see which one is which, so you can like have an index here. All right, tell me, should I do that? But then I like this cover. Okay, so the next one was Lavender, Lavender. And in the beginning, I didn't really did these circles. I realized that Coffee Scribbles was doing it, and I was doing it for one or two things, but then it just didn't seem right for none of them not to have like a little solid block of color somewhere on the page, so I did it for all different shapes. But this is when I was still experimenting, so as I went on, I just started doing my own thing. So here we have, and this made me learn a lot of stuff. Does this really look like lavender? I don't know. Do I like it? Yes, I do. So then we have sage, which is native to the Mediterranean region. Does this look like sage or just like random leaves? Again, I don't know. I love this. So here we have again, the next prompt was Foxglove, which is a purple flower, I believe. It blooms early summer and toxic if ingested, so no touching. But You can touch, but don't eat it. Queen of the Night. I'm sorry, when I hear about this, it reminds me of that Tyler Perry movie. I think it's Medea Goes to Jail. When she came home and she brother was throwing the party. This woman come up to Mr. Brown and like, say it, honey. Say it. I'm a prostitute. A woman of the night. That's when Tyler Perry was funny. Oh, but yeah, that every time I was drawing this and that was just running through my head. So it was like okay, let me just, I need to check because this phone like to do what it wanted to do. Can you see it? Okay, good, yeah. So alright, so next is 5, which was Eucalyptus. I really like this one. I'm like this kind of sketchy stuff, but for some reason I kept the Eucalyptus clear. But anyhow, it's native to Australia. It's used for essential oils and extracted from leaves and have disinfectant properties. So this is really good to like learn about stuff. Then there's Bleeding Heart, which is native to Siberia, northern China, Korea, and Japan. Looking at the pictures for this was so cool. I like how it is like, it's kind of like the different stages, except these two are closed. So here's like the bud. This is when it's closed and this is when it opens up. It's really pretty. You should look it up. But it's toxic. And don't touch this one because it can cause skin irritation. This one is a puppy. I'm not happy with how this puppy came out. I've drawn prettier puppies in the past. But like, and this is native to Eastern Mediterranean. And these puppies are pretty, but they also come with a lot of bad luck because I think they grow in fields where war was because it feeds like on the blood or something, I don't know. And also it can also think for opium. So if you see a place full of puppies, a lot of people died there, or opium is made in that place. So they're pretty, but they deadly. Well, not deadly, they speak about deadly things. This is Time. I'm not really happy with how this came out, but I like it at the same time. Like, you know, I don't like it, but I like it at the same time kind of thing. And this is when I was experimenting with my own shapes instead of just copying Scribblefix. Well, I keep saying Scribblefix, like, she's on my mind. Maybe I should do a collab with her. Anyhow, and coffee scribbles. Like different from her shapes. I was just doing my own and I like these blocks was nice. Next one was Death Cap Mushroom. I think it had one where it called Morel Mushroom and I skipped it. I drew a Morel Mushroom once and it wasn't pleasant. I don't like drawing it, I don't know why, so I skipped that. I also thought that I didn't have enough pages to do the whole prompt, but I ran out, so we'll get to that later on. So this came out nice. It's native to Europe, commonly found under oak trees. So this is like the different stages. Look at when it's sprouting out. Look, it's tiny. Look, it's like medium, and look, it's huge. I love how this mint came out. This mint came out real nice. It aids in digestive and ease headaches and mainly used in toothpaste. Okay, it's not written here, but like that's what I know mint for. So 12 is Buttercup flowers. Toxic if eaten fresh, but the poison is subdued if dried. So it doesn't go away. It just lessens. But it could be used for arthritis, nerve pain, and relieve skin irritations. Alright. Lily of the Valley. This is really pretty. This is like a monthly flower. I can't remember for which month, but I'll put up the illustration here where I did like a Lily of the Valley illustration. Is it January? I think it's January. It's Lily of the Valley, but I'm not sure. And I did a character design for that. And it's highly toxic if consumed. But its flowers have a sweet fragrance and is often used in perfumes. I'm like, okay, if things are toxic, well, how are people using it to find out it can be used in perfume? Okay. Next page is Moonflower. It is native to tropical and subtropical regions of North and South America. the flowers bloom in the evening. So if you want to see this thing bloom, you have to wait it out for the evening. And of course, it's toxic if ingested and can cause hallucinations. This is nice. I could just flip through this and learn something over, even though I wrote it down. And then we have Mugwort. So the roots can be made into tonics to boost energy, taken for stomach pain and indigestion. So this seems to be good. It's okay. I love the shape I made here, like ooh. Okay, so this one is where the pen I was using died. It just go no more. So then I have us to search through my room to find pens, and I had so much pens. This one, I've had this for years. It's so old, yet it still has ink in it. Faber-Castell is so reliable, I'm gonna tell you. And this is the Staedtler pigment liner. And before with the pen, it was like a normal gel pen you write with. Not this one, it's a different one. And every time you erase it, when you draw on it, it used to print off on the other side. So when I finished the whole thing, I also go back with an eraser and rub off all the parts that transfer to the other page. But with these pens, that didn't happen because these are made specifically for art. So this is me experimenting to see which pen to use, and ultimately I ended up with this one. I only have it in 8. The rest dried out because I've had it for years and haven't used it. I have 2 of these in 8, and I was able to continue the rest. But you could see the inconsistency. So yes, everything here was one pen, and then when I came here, look how I hate how this came out with the writing, because this is like 3 to 4 pens I use to see which one will work. Because this is experiment. I didn't want to stress out, but I did start to stress out. I ain't gonna lie. Are you coming off the table? So then here we have the Asha flower. I like how it came out with the star. Its name originates from ancient Greek, which means star. Edible, often kept as garden flowers. So hey, you could eat it if you have it in your garden. Oh, I love how the hogweed came out. I don't know why this look like fluffy clouds, and I think this is a yellow flower. So here we have a dandelion, a very controversial plant. A lot of people call it weeds, people call it herbs. You could eat it. It's highly nutrition, full of antibiotics, vitamins, and minerals. Has anti-inflammatory properties and can lower blood pressure. So it seems to be positive. Everything I've heard about dandelions seem to be positive, but a lot of people say they're weeds. What are your thoughts about dandelions? Let me know. So then we have St. John's wort. I don't know why I'm laughing. I think it's the wort. It's commonly used to treat mild cases of depression, has positive effects on nervousness and insomnia. I might need this. It's native to Eurasia. Okay, I need to go to the map today. Oh, and it limits the effect of many prescription medication. Good to know, good to know. I'm getting on like if I didn't read it. Oh, we're halfway through. This is the middle. Next, we have Marigold, which is a very pretty flower. I had a marigold flower, and I didn't know how to like harvest the seed because I was too lazy to look it up, and the plant died before I could like harvest the seeds. Yeah, I need to get back at marigold plant. They're cheap. Then we have the veiled lady, which is a mushroom. I really like having fun, and a vex that I started off with this pen because it's tin. So I was getting the tin marks that I want. I should have gone with the thicker line all the way through. But I really like how this came out. If all the ink was the same, it would have been better. Way better. And it grows in a tropical area, so hey, maybe it might grow in my country. I don't know. Rich in antioxidants and used to treat inflammatory stomach and neural diseases. All right, go mushroom. Then is this where we run out. Okay, good. So now we have Lupine, which is some varieties are mildly toxic, native to North and South America, Northern Africa, and the Mediterranean. I think this is a purple plant, purple or pink. I can't remember the color, but I really like how it come. And I think this is when I just went forward with this pen only. It's thicker than I wanted, but the ink is beautiful. Here we have Inchasia. Still don't know what it is. Native to North America, high in antioxidants and used to boost immunity and reduce anxiety. How though? How are you going to reduce anxiety? Because I have it for days. And I think this is when I got my stride, because I really like how I did this. I was really experimenting on the way here, all the way. But seems when I came here, I got my stride. Like I got my technique down to just draw with pen, but I sketch it with pencil first, of course. So page 24, prompt 24, chamomile, which I know is tea. I'm not 100% happy with the composition of how I did the flowers, but the flowers themselves is cute. Is often used to relieve menstrual pain and inflammatory. I need to buy me some chamomile tea, like, come on. Deadly Nightshade. This is a beautiful purple plant, but it's make sure and put the word deadly in the name. So it's considered one of the most toxic plants and often used for cosmetic and poison purposes in history. Cosmetic? What else? I don't make lipstick out of this thing? Like, seriously? It's the most toxic, one of the most toxic plants, yet cosmetic. Like for Botox. I should do more. Then we have a toadstool, the most pretty yet deadly mushroom. Refers to colorful and poisonous or inedible mushroom. Also, I wanted to add a teen, but it didn't have any space. If I didn't put words here, it would not look as aesthetic for me. But it's called a toadstool because you used to find a lot of toads resting on the cap, so it was like a stool for the toads. It's so cute, like, oh my god, so cute, adorable. I love that fact. Then we have wolfbane, which is native to the mountain region of Western and Central Europe. Extremely poisonous, but roots have been used to relieve pain or as a sedative. Why am I reading it to you guys? Like, I don't know why, but I'm really enjoying going through this. It's been a while since I finished this, so it's good to just flip through and see, especially how it started from the bottom, now we're here. You can see the difference. And my handwriting changed because at the beginning when I was writing all the information, my hands was cramping since it's not used to writing anymore. Usually type things on the computer to send it out to people, but like this forced me to write, and you can see how my handwriting was from here to here, and I'm really happy with how it is now. Pixie caps. I think I got this wrong. This is something totally different, but I like how it looks, so I kept it. Native to Australia, New Zealand, New Caledonia, and Chile. They grow in colonies, so where you see one, there's many. Stinging nettles, used to relieve muscle and joint pain, eczema, insect bites. Native to Europe, temperate Asia, and North Africa. Alright, I think this is where, I think the pixie cap was the last prompt, or stinging nettles, I'm not sure. But I realized I still had pages to go, so it made me remember that I have this book. Now, you may have seen this in my what is that thing? art books that I have. This is why I put it in that category, even though it's not technically an art book. It's because I used it to create art, so I called it an art book. And I just randomly went through the book, and I also reached that most of the things in this book is in this book, so I could have gotten my own information. Oh, I'm sorry, Coffee Scribbles, for stealing your information. So I just randomly went through this book, stopped at a page, and if it seemed interesting to me, I drew it down and I used the information from this book to like get this. So this book, really beautiful. I love it. I was drawn to it because it was purple. Like, look at that. You know, purple is my favorite color. Look at this. This book is beautiful. Look at the cover. Look at the covers. And I knew it was for me because the exact same day that I went into RIK just to browse like I always do, this book was for $50. It was like a huge reduction. I bounced this up in the RIK again, and I think it's like 2 something now, and I got this book for $50. So it was my day. All right, so put that. Yeah, I put that inside. I was hoping I could keep it on the table, but no. So I can't remember, it's either from this stop or from here that I went into the herbal apothecary and came up with my own. Oh wait, no, it's from here. Wow, I said all that for nothing. This is the last prompt, jack-o'-lantern mushroom, but this I got from the book because I really did not want to draw that moral mushroom. I really didn't want to draw that moral mushroom. So the fennel, okay, yeah, I got that from the book. I like how this came out, how the stars are in the box. An ancient seasoning herb. So this herb is old. It's like old. Then we have jack-o'-lantern mushroom. Look, I love how this came out. Native to Europe woodlands, a poisonous orange mushroom with bioluminescent properties. It looks so much like the turkey tail. Also, I can't remember the name of that mushroom, but yeah, this is poisonous. The turkey tail one is delicious. And right, so this one and the rest from here is where I get from this book. Okay, it's been a while since I finished this book. So we have granium. Let's pretend I said that correctly. It is native to South Africa. Its essential oil can treat eczema, acne, burns, and infected wounds. And I really like how this came out. Look how pretty. I think it's red. Then we have the marshmallow. You know, it's not just a beautiful, delicious treat. It's also a plant. And the Greeks used it to treat wounds, toothache, coughing, and insect stings. Good to know. Oh, and it can stimulate white blood cells. Then we have a bearberry. The berries are a favorite food of bears, hence the herb's common name, bearberry. Used to treat bladder infections, sprains, swelling, and sore muscles. And the name in the book was Acrotocosophos uva ursa. Is when I went online that I learned that it's also called bearberry, so I get that. Then we have sweet woodruff. For some reason, my brain wants to say sweet dandruff. Okay, but no, it's sweet woodruff. It's native to Europe, North Africa, useful to treat the nervous indigestion. Large doses may cause vomiting and dizziness. So, okay, and we have last page, which is page 36, which is shepherd's purse. It's native to the Mediterranean region and prescribed to stop bleeding and eliminate blood in urine. Also, it's called shepherd's purse, I remember, because the flowers resemble the shape of how the purses shepherds use around the time, like yeah, so that's why it's called shepherd's purse. Same with bearberry. Shepherd's purse have the same kind of thing. I should look up how the purse look to see if it's like, yeah. And that's the end of this book. You can support Sonia here at patreon.com. slash Sonia Stageman or Stagman. This book was so much fun. I love getting these because it just makes me want to complete a mini sketchbook. And where's the other one? Here's the first one I completed. This is where I just randomly drew stuff. You guys can see the video for that in the card here or there, wherever. And yeah, thank you, Sonia, so much for sending me these books. Well, she didn't just send me, she sent all her patrons, but it really forces me, or not forces, it really encouraged me to want to continue to art. So that's it for this video, lovelies. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you get inspired to go out and get a skinny sketchbook. Just a skinny sketchbook, so it will take the pressure off you to like I don't know, it's to keep the pressure off, because the book's skinny. It's not that much pressure. It's like, oh, I can finish this in 2 seconds. It does help. So that's it for this week's video, lovelies, and I'll see you when I see you. And of course, I would like to thank my patrons so much for all your help. Still posting, still filming in February. Yeah. Okay guys, so we've come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, I would like to thank my patrons so much for sticking around with me through my break. I don't know how much time I say break. I like, when is this video even going to come out? Like, I'm still talking about my break. The break might be a month away now, but anyhow, thank you, lovely, so much for sticking around. And of course, if you guys would like to join my Patreon, join the community, support me in any way that you know, you guys can head over to my Patreon at patreon.com/SwanCreatesArt. Here is this month's print. Hopefully I finish it by the time this video comes out, and I hope you like it. Okay, that's it, lovelies, and this is the official end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. Mwah, valissimo, sileke, love you, lovelies, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Bye. Okay, I got it out of the trash. So this is where I just randomly drew stuff. You can and lo and behold, oh, I'm sweating. My God. Anyhow, and it's dog fight. These dogs keep fighting for a woman who doesn't care about them. Like, come on, guys. Anyhow. Yeah? You just had to put it out. Why does it feel like it's so complicated? I don't know what to do. And if you want to sign my feet. Yeah, the balance is gone. Let's go. All right, that's it.